Oh, hello, I'm Jim, and this is the Mevotech Overbuilt video series. Victor and Gordon were just talking about these forged aluminum control arms. This one just came off of a vehicle, and I can look at that one, which is OE specification, and this one, which is an upgraded replacement part, and I can see some obvious differences. The style is different. This one is relatively smooth, while this one has ribs to it, and this one appears to be not quite as thick as this one, but I'm sure there are other differences that don't meet the eye. So let's check in with our technical expert, Gordon. Gordon, walk us through the differences between the original equipment specification and the upgraded replacement.
Certainly. So these two control arms are front lower control arms. They are made of forged aluminum, both of them. And you see a lot of these on General Motors sedans, as well as some Nissans and some Fords. So it's a lightweight material, and they do that in order to improve the fuel economy of their vehicles. As you can see, there are differences between the OE spec and the overbuilt. This forging is a little bit thinner, and this overbuilt one has these additional ribs.
Right.
You can also see there's a US patent number on here, and that protects some of the technology that we've built into the ball joint on this particular part.
Okay, let's talk about that technology and how it's different from the OE spec.
Sure. Well, there's a couple of differences. As we flip these over, you can see that the OE spec part is non-serviceable.
Right.
So there's no grease fitting, and
Right.
inside here is a polymer or plastic bearing.
Okay.
In the overbuilt one, the bimetallic technology, we use sintered metal bearings in here that are heat resistant and as well can be serviced through this grease fitting.
Ah, okay.
Another difference on the back here you can see, as Victor pointed out, this bushing has started to leak. So
Yeah,
inside this bushing is hydraulic oil. And over time, if this bushing breaks down, that oil leaks out and you lose all the damping that you get from that hydraulic fluid.
Right.
The overbuilt one, this bushing has been re-engineered. So we've re-engineered this to be a solid rubber bushing that's a little stiffer than the OE spec, and it's a lot more durable because there's no hydraulic oil in here to leak out.
No leakage.
That's right.
Okay, now we already pointed out that this ball joint is not right. I mean, it's loose. It's obviously been damaged by wear and tear, heat, what?
Actually, it's a combination of both. On this particular application, this is the Chevy Malibu. The brake rotor sits very close to the outside of this control arm. Brake
Okay.
rotors, as we know, get hot.
Yeah.
Aluminum's a wonderful conductor of heat, and this polymer or plastic bearing in here, under high loads and high temperature, will break down a lot faster than in other cases.
Basically just melts, right?
It does just
So
melt.
we know it's damaged, but we don't really know how bad. Wait a minute, what if we looked inside? We could find out, couldn't we?
Yes, we could.
Hey, Victor, would you mind taking this and, Gordon and I were just talking about how badly damaged this ball joint might, or the bearing might be. Can you open that up for us so we can have a look at it?
Sure thing.
Appreciate it. This is going to be interesting.
It will.
So this ball joint is actually one of the unique features of this control arm.
Yeah, the ball joint is actually the basis of the patent. So the
Okay.
patent is based on using a sintered metal bearing in an aluminum control arm as part of our bimetallic technology. We've also added a step in here to help the technician install this a lot faster than the OE spec, because there's a little guide in and it fits into the steering knuckle quickly.
Wow, a lot simpler. Oh, hey, Victor.
So I got it cut open for you so you can have a look at what's going on.
Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, just as we thought. Let's just pop this out. Yeah, that bearing is completely melted.
Colored.
from
Oh,
the-
look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's totally gone.
Completely melted from the heat transfer from that brake rotor. That's why it's loose in that socket, and there's some clearance and play in there.
And that's not going to happen over here.
That's not going to happen in that one because those sintered metal bearings are impervious to that heat transfer.
Looks to me like the choice is pretty clear. You can go with the original specification part, or you can get the upgraded replacement part that's patented because of this ball joint technology. That's going to do it for this particular video, but we'll see you on the next one.